Okay, let's close that one down. So the point where you are at now is you've got 3 sounds, they all play at the same time. Rather than it be new raw, it'll be new ribbit, which is frog, new frog, and this one is fox, so that can be new bark. And then if I test that, sounds kind of scary. Okay, so I'm going to save that as a version. What I want to do is make sure that I've got every kind of major change saved as a new version so that you can go back step by step. The next thing we're going to do is do some stuff on the stage. So I'm going to create a new layer in the timeline, which is the bottom left-hand corner, new layer. I'll call that buttons. You'll notice that it's selected because it's got a yellow highlight. That means that we're keeping our actions separate from our graphics, so you need to make sure that you've got the correct layer selected when you're going to put something on it. Now you can hide the actions away if you want. Anytime you want it to come back, just press F9, or you can collapse it to a little button and then put it anywhere you want. I might just put it here for now. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to create 3 buttons. To the right hand side, you'll notice in the tools that you've got shapes. So what I'm going to do, I'll go through one at a time. We want 3 shapes, different colours. So when I create the shape, I should have in properties a stroke colour, that's your outline, and a fill colour, obviously the colour that goes in between the lines. So I'm quite happy with a black colour for that one, and maybe I'll go with a bright orange. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a box and then I'm going to highlight it. So I use the selection tool, which is the same as most programs, it's just an arrow. Click on that, highlight the whole thing. I can do that either by dragging a marquee around it if I've got space to do so, or if I double click on the shape, it will highlight both the outline and the fill. So notice that if I only click it once, it only highlights the fill. If I double click it, it highlights the outline and the fill. Similarly, I can hover the outline and select individual bits of it. So single click, double click, and notice how it selects one section or all sections. So I want everything together. What I want to do is to turn that into what's known as a MovieClip symbol. This is something we can use to talk to. We need to be able to talk to things to make them do what we want them to do. So I'm going to talk to this button eventually, and what I'm going to do is make it play a sound when I click it. So right click, convert to symbol, and then in the drop down you've got MovieClip button or graphic. Now it's not really appropriate in a game to work with simple buttons because there's certain limitations that they can't do. So we're going to stick with MovieClips, and I will just call that orange square and press OK. You then need to repeat that 2 more times, create 2 more different shapes, different colors, highlight them, give them a different meaningful name. You also need to give them what's known as an instance name. So before you go on to your next one, with that shape selected, if you look in properties, you should see, hang about, if you've made it into a symbol, you should see in properties instance name. If that's happened, then we're going to give it an instance name of, and then just call it orange underscore MC. You'll not be able to see that, but that's what I've typed. And then again, with the other symbols that you've created, they will have what's known as an instance name, meaningful name, similar, orange, green, red.